Welcome to this week's episode of 40 Minutes with Julie and Sami. This week's topic is distortion.
Distortion is when you twist, deform, give a false meaning to, or misrepresent. We're going to start off our show with distortion in generation.
Distortion is experienced in our lives from a very early age. Who doesn't remember hearing a fairy tale when they were little? The original versions of some of the most famous Disney stories are quite gruesome. They'll shock almost everyone. Everyone remembers the Disney story of Cinderella, right? Cinderella destroys her evil stepsisters while they are at the ball. Cinderella sneaks out, dances with the prince, but loses her shoe. The prince does not know if it was Cinderella, and the next day the prince sets out to find the mysterious girl by searching for the foot that fits the shoe. The evil stepsisters took the shoes to try on. The two sisters, proud of their pretty feet, took the slipper into their room. The first sister tried her shoe on, but could not get it over her big toe. "Cut the toe off," the mother commanded. She followed her mother's commands and cut her toe off.
The prince took her on his horse as his bride and rode away. As they passed Cinderella's mother's graves, the two pigeons cried, "Turn and peep, turn and peep. There's blood in that shoe. The shoe is too small for her. The true bride waits for you." The
prince spotted the blood streaming from her shoe and returned her back to the house. The second sister went to try on the shoe. Her toes fit in, but her heel was too large. "Cut a bit off the heel," the mother demanded. She did as she was told and forced her foot into the shoe.
The prince claimed his bride, and they rode off until the doves warned him again. When he returned for the second time, he asked if Cinderella could try on the shoe. The mother claimed she was too dirty and shouldn't show herself, but the prince refused. Cinderella's foot fit into the shoe like a glove.
The prince recognized the girl who had danced with him all night. "That is the true bride," he exclaimed, and they left on his horse. As they passed the grave, the two doves confirmed that he had the right bride.
The two sisters attended the wedding, trying to share Cinderella's good fortune, but the two pigeons pecked out one eye of each of the sisters. Afterwards, the pigeons poked out the other eye of each girl.
Their wickedness and falsehood were punished with blindness for as long as they lived.
Clearly, this version of Cinderella isn't the ideal bedtime story. Essentially, what Disney did was censor out the horrific parts. Now, most of you probably agree with what Disney did. I mean, who would want to tell their kids about a story where teenage girls cut off parts of their feet to get Prince Charming? Certainly not me. On another point, this is what communist believers think they're doing. You may agree with Disney censoring the stories, but not how North Korea censors news and media. They believe that what they are doing is only to protect their citizens, as we believe these stories are told to protect children.
In North Korea, outside of their own president, students are taught to admire only communist leaders. They don't realize they are censored. One student even explained to a reporter how great it was that they were allowed to watch American films such as The Sound of Music. Many of you have probably seen The Sound of Music, but when you go to theaters, this isn't the type of movie we're usually seeing in. There is no negative news in North Korea. The only current events people are exposed to are positive. All of radio, television, and newspapers are controlled and published by the Korean Central News, which is a part of the government. Since the 1990s, there has been a widespread famine. Students like us in North Korea have absolutely no idea of it. According to their news, everyone is well-fed and happy. No one in North Korea has access to the internet, only a special internal internet set up by the government. They celebrate victories from the country's leaders, army, and model farms and villages. They highly look up and admire their dear leader, Kim Jong-il, who has recently passed away, and now, Kim Jong-un. Interestingly enough, Kim Jong-un has just made a deal with the United States where we supply food in return for them suspending their nuclear activities.
According to the concise Columbia Encyclopedia, censorship is defined as the official restriction of any expression believed to threaten the political, social, or moral order. It's what dictators use to rise to power. It's used to suppress information and at the extreme, make sure you have no access to anything that would cause you to question authority. The word censorship comes from the Roman censor, whose job is to conduct, count, and evaluate the census. Censoring ideas is used to protect the three basic social institutions: the family, the church, and the state. Figures such as Plato and John Milton have been advocates against censorship, and institutions such as the ancient Chinese government and the Roman Catholic Church have been censored for many years. children have access to. Judy Blume is a strong advocate of censorship. Her books are well known for discussing classic childhood situations. Interestingly, many schools have banned Blume's books. One of her books, Are You There, God? Is Me, Margaret, has received much scrutiny. One parent even went so far as to call her, explain that she was a communist, and then hang up. Other parents have torn pages out of her books in order to shield their children. Would you call these parents cowards? Why are they against their children reading a book meant for children? Other restrictions are placed to prevent children from having access to material that is too violent, sexual, or objectionable. But this material usually isn't in a children's book. Can censorship be justified? People argue that it's justified for the government to remove artwork from public areas that may be taken offensively. During wartime, it is known for the United States to censor journalists in order to protect national security and make sure important military information is not released. So, to a certain extent, there is censorship in America. There are a few corporations that run many sources of information, such as TV and radio stations, movie studios, and publishing companies. Your opinions may be swayed by what information these corporations decide to focus on. One source that is nearly impossible to control this way is the internet. Any average person can get out what they want to say. Recently, a short documentary about Joseph Kony and an organization called the Lord's Resistance Army went viral through Facebook and YouTube. Everyone was shocked that they hadn't heard about this horrible situation earlier. If one of the major corporations, such as AOL and Time Cable, had decided to highlight the story on CNN or in Time magazine, we would have been supporting this cause for years. Possibly, the government didn't want them to use the story in fear of being moved to send troops to Africa.
The story of Joseph Kony and the Lord's Resistance Army is distorted in itself. The Lord's Resistance Army is an army of children who have been abducted by Kony and his commandos. They have abducted 30,000 children over a span of 26 years. He brainwashes these children with his lies and manipulates them through his claim on having spiritual powers. These children are then forced to kill their families. This terror started in Uganda, but is now moved into Congo, South Sudan, and the Central African Republic. The goal of Invisible Children is to make Kony famous. In order for them to make this a household known issue, the Invisible Children campaign have taken celebrity fame to their advantage. Celebrities like Justin Bieber, Rihanna, Oprah, Lady Gaga, Bill Clinton, Warren Buffett, and many more have been chosen to help spread awareness and bring this issue to an end. These influential people, with millions of followers on YouTube and Twitter, were able to make several top worldwide trends within the first few hours of the video being uploaded. This exposure to the issue puts people's priorities back in perspective. A reminder of what's going on outside our little bubble is important too. People in America are often found unaware of the extreme problems in the world because we are blinded by our own society. We will continue on the topic of distortion after this quick commercial break.
You guys hear about that train explosion in Northern Ireland? Media is so sensitive there, so secretive. They may never know how many people perished.
ultimate goal in life is to find a Prince Charming. First off, how many Prince Charmings are out there? You're setting yourself up for disappointment. Secondly, women today are pressured in today's society more than ever to change themselves. Plastic surgery is now used as an escape, so you don't have to accept your body as you actually are. You are always exposed to so many people who are idealized as beautiful. These people, in reality, don't even look like what you see. They have a whole team of stylists, makeup artists, photographers, and digital editing staff to make sure they look flawless. As said by the Dove campaign, no wonder our perception of beauty is distorted. The United States is the lead in plastic surgery in the world, followed by China. In fact, China has a long history of distorted perceptions of beauty as well. In the Tang Dynasty, which began in the year 618, the practice of binding began. This ironically connects to Cinderella with the desire for small feet. Women are led to believe that small, unnatural feet that essentially left them immobile were desirable. Women could not perform physical labor, so it was a sign of class and wealth. They became more dependent on others and were more controllable by their husbands.